Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the video, and today we're looking at the Parabellum Low Weight and asking, is it good? Now if you end up finding this video helpful or enjoyable, then I genuinely appreciate you taking that split second to hit the like button as always. With that being said, the focus today is on the low weight variant of the Parabellum. I'll get around to likely reviewing the suppressive variant sometime soon. And before I get inundated with people in the comment section asking how I unlocked it, I went into Conquest with friends and we all shot planes with machine guns. It's that simple, and we all got the 2 plane takedowns pretty quickly. Now for the 20 airburst mortar kills, I again played Conquest. Something like Senai Desert is especially good for just bombing the objectives from behind sand dunes. Now you'll notice in the clips that I tried both the iron sights and the AA sights, and this seems a good place to start, as I can comfortably say that I find the AA sights to be infinitely better on the Parabellum Low Weight. It's just too hard to see with the iron sights flying up and down so much, as it's just a solid block which can obstruct your view. So now you can see properly whilst using the weapon. The Parabellum is interesting. It's built for close quarters combat and can also be very good for stationary usage, with no real reliability between these two playstyles, so it's a bit of a dichotomy, and we'll get into why that is in a little while. First, you need to know why it's a close quarters animal, and it's pretty simple really. A super fast rate of fire of 700 rounds per minute, combined with 100 rounds in the magazine clip spinny thing, whatever it is. This is a crazy combination. Think of the MG14 but hopped up on too much sugar. It's mental. So at close range it just brings the chaos, throwing rounds out like there's no tomorrow until whatever was in front of you is now dead. Obviously, this is really fun to do. It's absolutely never boring. But of course this comes with lots of recoil to keep things balanced. If you're watching any of these clips and I'm killing people at mid to long range without the bipod, trust me that I'm either controlling the recoil well or just getting lucky with the bullet spread. When you use the Parabellum Low Weight, it kicks like a mule, like a really big mule. So you definitely need to be ready to pick your fights carefully and get used to pulling down as you fire. This doesn't mean you can't pick people off beyond close range, but it's certainly not a strength of the Parabellum. The other downside of that fire rate and abundance of ammo is that when you need to reload, it takes a long time. So make sure you have cover of some kind near you and prepare to use your pistol when necessary. The reload time can definitely kill your momentum sometimes, so use it to take a breather and observe what's going on around you, as it can be pretty easy to get carried away with the carnage that the Parabellum can bring. And yet with all this talk of chaos and carnage, you would think that it would be a Hipfire beast. Now don't get me wrong, it certainly puts people down with Hipfire. It's a fast firing weapon after all, but to me it didn't feel how I expected it to. Just not quite as reliable from the hip as the fire rate would have you believe. This could be me, lag, or bad luck I guess, but it felt like that a lot of the time I was using it. So if you've used the Parabellum, let me know in the comment section how it feels to you from the hip. But from Hipfire, we'll fly all the way to the opposite end of the spectrum and talk about why the Parabellum is a little odd in that it suits two very different playstyles. That's because, and some of you may have heard me use this phrase before, the bipod on this thing makes it feel like a sentry turret. Think back to the older CODs such as Modern Warfare 2. It just rips people up. So when bipoded, you can easily take on people at mid to long range, in complete contrast to its chaotic up close abilities. This makes for a very interesting weapon to use. You really have to pick your battles, but you can be looking for two very different scenarios to take people out from. Be aware of cover and head glitches while moving around, and you can do really solid work at both close and long range. It's not exactly versatile, but it does have some varying strengths. Just don't get too carried away. Something like a Hellregal can still punish you up close, and a sniper can absolutely take you out from afar. Stay in your lane, get used to its strengths and weaknesses, and the Parabellum Low Weight could be very useful. So overall, I'll say that yes, it is good. I wouldn't consider it top tier though. It's balanced and requires the correct playstyle. It excels in something like domination, as you've been seeing me play in the gameplay, and will be very useful for certain areas in larger game types such as Conquest. But this is all just my opinion. What do you think? Let me know in the comment section below. A link to help to support the channel is in the description if you're feeling especially generous today, and feel free to like, favorite, and subscribe. I'm GetGoodGuy, and I'll see you next time. Laters.